So you're thinking of moving to Fort Worth, Texas? And you're wondering the pros and cons of living in Fort Worth, Texas? Well, that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. So let's get to it. I'm Dee Dee Galindo from the Fort Worth Homes for Sale team. My partner Deanna and the team and I get calls, texts, emails, and Zooms from people just like you every day, and we love it. So if you're thinking of moving to Fort Worth or surrounding areas, please give us a call, text, email, or even a Zoom, and let us show you around Fort Worth and the surrounding areas and help you have a seamless move to Fort Worth. So if you're thinking of moving to Fort Worth and you're wondering about the pros and cons of living in Fort Worth, what better person to tell you about them than me? I was born and raised here, so I know all about Fort Worth. Fort Worth has so many pros that it's going to take a minute to tell you about them. The first thing I want to tell you is I'm standing here in front of the Trinity River Pavilion, the Trinity Park, and they have all sorts of Shakespeare in the park and so many things here. They have so many concerts here, and there's so much to do here at Fort Worth, but we're going to talk about that in just a minute. Now we're in front of the Trinity Duck Pond, where you can come and feed the ducks and see the ducks, and you might even hear them quacking during this video. But I want to talk about Fort Worth. It's a large city, and it is actually one of the 11th largest city in the United States, with almost 1 million people. So that is a pretty large city, and yet we're a large city with a small town vibe. And that's what I love about Fort Worth. It is so friendly and laid back, and it doesn't matter how busy it gets, never as busy as our sister city, Dallas, but no matter how busy it gets, people are still friendly and willing to help you if you drop something or you need help or you get a flat tire on the side of the road. People will stop and help you. I mean, that's what's great about Fort Worth is we have that, we call it Cowtown spirit, because it's the cowboy spirit of a helping hand. And yet we're diverse, and we have diverse cultures, diverse food, diverse entertainment. There is so much to do here. You are minutes from the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, which is an international airport, huge. In fact, Dallas-Fort Worth Airport is its own little city. They have their own little police force and fire truck and everything, and yet you're right here on the freeway, maybe 15, 20 minutes, depending on what part of Fort Worth you live. You can get to that airport, check in, and get on your plane. But we're going to talk about all the stuff there is to do in Fort Worth and all about Fort Worth and its pros and cons. In Fort Worth, there is so much space still. If you want a house on land, or if you're looking for a farm and ranch, we can help you with that. And if you want a little lot with not much land, we can help you with that. Or if you want a condo in downtown and be close to the downtown action, we can help you with that. But there is a lot of space and land still left in Fort Worth and the surrounding outside of Fort Worth, that there's plenty to offer here, and you won't be shy about your space. You might want, a cow or some roaming land or things like that. Whatever you want, you can find the space here to do that. Fort Worth has different areas with different personalities, I call them. And what's great about that is you can go there to live, or you can go there for entertainment. You can go there to visit and just have a night out or a restaurant. Those areas are Alliance on the north side. We have the Stockyards, of course, world famous Cowtown Stockyards. We have downtown Fort Worth and Sundance Square. We have 7th Street, which has restaurants and bars and the movies and shopping. You can also go over to 8th Street in Magnolia, which is near the hospital district. We have the Fairmount District, which is historical. We have the Cultural District, and we have Arlington Heights District. We have so many districts around here. We have Clear Fork for couture shopping or just down to earth shopping, or walking the Trinity River trails, hiking, kayaking, boating. They have beautiful parks there. You can go visit over there during Clear Fork. So many nice things to see and personalities in this area, and that's going to be important for you to know when you're moving here. You need to figure out what kind of place you want to live in, because that's the place we want to show you. So what is there to do in Fort Worth, Texas? Well, there's lots to do. Our sports is crazy here in Fort Worth. Of course, we have the world champion Texas Rangers, and we have the Dallas Cowboys. We have the Stars and the Mavericks. And of course, we have our Friday Night Lights, which is our high school football. They even made a movie about that because we're so crazy about our sports. We love to go out and see our kids play and our favorite teams and root And I am a Dallas Cowboys fan and a Texas Rangers fan, and I'm so happy that they won the World Series. As far as entertainment goes, we have so much to do as far as nightlife and festivals and museums and restaurants. You're just going to love all that you have to do here. We have a world famous zoo that is awesome to go see. We love it. And we also have Billy Bob's in the stockyards. We have Six Flags. We have a water park there near Six Flags. We also have a water park up north. In downtown, we have world famous Bass Performance Hall, where the acoustics are amazing to go see a musical there or a performance there. It's just beautiful. And of course, we have Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo in January and February. The kids go and they pet the animals and they watch the bull riders and cutting horses. If you don't know what that is, I can tell you. They also have the clowns at the rodeo. You know what a rodeo is, and it is amazing because you feel so intimate. We have the new Dickies Arena, and we also have Will Rogers Coliseum, which is amazing, and that's where they have a lot of the animals kept. Don't forget about the Texas Motor Speedway, and we have the American Airlines Aviation Museum. We have the Air Show. We have several expos and so much to do, but also we have great festivals and things to do. We have once a year we have Main Street Days, which is arts and food, and we have Mayfest, which is right here where I'm standing in the Trinity River Park, and that is full of beautiful artisans coming, and you could buy so much stuff that is there. You could eat the proper food, hear concerts. It's gorgeous. We have Panther Island just on the other side of the way here along the Trinity River. You can actually float in your floaty along the river and listen to a concert. And at 4th of July, they have all the fireworks there. Of course, we have fireworks all over the city. It's beautiful to come out and watch the fireworks. We have Oktoberfest in October, of course, and so many festivals. We have Art Goggles in Magnolia Southside area, which is, oh, that's so fun along to see the artists and the local artists as well as faraway artists, and just eat the food and go there and enjoy. And it's just really artsy over there off Magnolia. So you got to go eat there if you do nothing else off Magnolia. But also the historic district is right near there, the Fairmount Historic District. So you can see some beautiful old Victorian homes as well. Fort Worth has so many parks and trails and lakes. As you can see, I'm standing in one of them. But there is many to choose from besides the Trinity River Park. There is Trinity Trails with over 100 plus miles of walking trails, biking, hiking, canoeing. Pretty much several places along the Trinity River that go through Fort Worth. You can have canoes and paddle boats, and they offer that during several times of the year. It's so fun to go out there, get some sun, take a picnic, and enjoy. There's the Fort Worth Nature Center and Refuge with over 3,800 acres of forest and prairies and wetlands. You can, 21 miles, I believe, of hiking, and you can just really see some beautiful nature out there. They preserve a lot of the reptiles and insects and some animals out there. They have little dinosaur information out there. Kids often go there on field trips. It's a really great place to visit and hike if you like to do that. As far as lakes go, we have Benbrook Lake and Eagle Mountain Lake right here in Fort Worth, where you can ski and boat and do all the water sports that you want to do. But not too far away, still in Tarrant County, is Grapevine Lake, and it is also a very popular lake here. We do have some little private lakes like Lake Worth that you could do the little things, but those are our major lakes that we have. I can't stop talking about the entertainment without talking about the museums. We have the world-renowned Kimball Art Museum, the Amon Carter Museum. We have the Modern, which was voted the most beautiful museum by Travel and Leisure magazine. We have a Cowgirl Museum. We have a Cutting Horse Museum. We have the, like I said earlier, the American Airlines Aviation Museum, and so many more to choose. I can't even name them all, but there is a lot of things to do, and you're going to need them, because one of the pros about living in Fort Worth, Texas, is the seasons. We do have 4 seasons in Fort Worth. I'm standing here in fall, beautiful fall day, as you can see. Now, fall is not as pretty as it is up north, but it depends on where you are in Fort Worth, because we do have beautiful trees, turning colors, and it's gorgeous. We do have a mild winter usually. We have usually one bout of ice storm or snow. We have more ice than snow, and so you do have to learn to drive on ice, please. But it's mild. It's not for very long, maybe a couple weeks at the most. And then we have spring for about a month and a half, beautiful weather, and the leaves, everything's budding, and you get spring fever. And of course, we have long days of summer. And of course, 2023 was one of our record hottest days ever in Texas, with over 50 days of 100-degree weather. But we have so much to do inside for entertainment and so much to see, as I've already mentioned, that you don't have to worry about those 100-degree weathers. We believe in air conditioned here. Everybody has air conditioned in your cars and in your houses. So you only have to feel that 100-degree heat when you're outside, and that's when you're going to be inside doing entertainment. So I love our 4 seasons. Unlike where you live in those winter states up north where you have longer winters and shorter summers, this is a really nice place to live as far as getting all the 4 seasons. I'm going to talk about the cons of living in Fort Worth, Texas. Even though I don't think there's that many, I do need to mention them. And one of them was the heat. You do need to stay out of the heat if you're heat susceptible, and you do get climatized when you moved here, because like I said, I've lived other places and I had to get reclimatized when I moved back here. So the heat could be a con to live here. Another thing is, during peak rush hour, it is a lot of traffic, and mainly because we're almost 1 million people in this city, and we do have a lot of traffic. And with the traffic, they do have toll roads. Now, the toll roads aren't the same as they are in other places. You don't have to take the tolls. Right next to the tolls is the free roads, but they're more congested. So I'd say a con is the tolls are a little more expensive than living in other places, and you just need to budget for it if you want to take the toll road and get somewhere faster. Another con about living in Fort Worth, Texas is allergies. And if you're prone to allergies, then you're going to have that problem. Now, it depends on what you're allergic to, and different times of the year it may come out. I'm not really allergic to much, so I don't have problems. I do take an allergy pill pretty much nightly, so I'm good. But we do have to mention it because allergies are high sometimes. The other thing that happens, I already mentioned the weather, but I do want to mention, as far as we say, if you don't like the weather in Texas, then just blink or wait a second, because yesterday might be 70 degrees and tomorrow might be 30 degrees. It literally changes at the drop of the hat, and that works with rain too. We have droughts and we have heavy rain at times, but for the most part our city handles all that pretty well. I just want to mention it because it is a factor, and it can be a con if you don't like those things. But I love the changing weather, and I know that I just watch the weather, and I know if it's going to rain or it's going to change, it's going to be cold, then I just wait a day and then it'll be fine. That's all you have to do. So if you're coming into town to look at homes or to see Fort Worth, then we'll talk to you about the weather and what to bring if that's what you're interested in. And one of our other cons is the lack of city public transportation. I mean, we do have city buses that go all around, and we have trolleys downtown that you could get up and take you around downtown. And of course, we have a train. We have a train that'll take you toward the airport, or an express train to Dallas. But we also have Uber and taxis. But for the most part, we're not as public transportation oriented as other major cities. And I just wanted to mention that you most likely do have to have a car here if you're going to live here to get around. So just want to mention that to you. And the last con is you may miss the feeling of a big city life living in Fort Worth, Texas. Now, some of you may not consider that a con. I don't. But if you want a metropolitan, cosmopolitan city like Dallas or Houston or New York, that's not us in Fort Worth. We are down home, friendly folk, and we say hi, we say bless you when you sneeze, and we just like to help our neighbor. And that's who Fort Worth is. So if you're thinking of moving to Fort Worth, Texas, or the surrounding areas, please give our Fort Worth Homes for Sale team a call, text, email, or a Zoom, and we would love to help you find the perfect place to live, show you around, and help you make a seamless move to Fort Worth, Texas.